Three questions in this video. We're predicting at PW Maths the Singh family and the Peterson family go to the cinema. The Singh family buy 2 adult, we'll call that X, and 3 child tickets, we'll call those Y. I've chosen X and Y because that's the way the calculator works, and it says and, so let's add them together. 2 adult and 3 child tickets, they pay £28.20, so equals 28.20. It then says the Peterson family, well, they buy 3 adult tickets, so 3 X's, and 5 child tickets, plus 5 lots of Y, and they pay £44.75. Now you could do this the old traditional way of circling the Y's and getting something that they both multiply into, but let's not forget we've got the Casio ClassWiz calculator. Menu, go down to A, which says equations functions. Option number 1, where it says simul equations. The number of unknowns is 2 because we don't know X and Y, and we can tap in 2X plus 3 equals Y equals 28.20, press equals on the calculator, 3 equals, 5 equals, 44.75 equals, press equals once more, and it says X, which we chose as the adult prices, is 27/4. Well, I think I'll press SD on that, so they're £6.75. And if you press equals on the calculator again, we've got Y, which we decided was the child prices, is 49/10. I don't like 49/10, it's not talking pounds and pence. Hit the SD button. The calculator says 4.9. What it means to say, of course, not knowing it's money, £4.90. Question's almost done, but we want 6 adult tickets. So we need to do 6 times the adult price, £6.75, and 6 times £6.75, menu 1, 6 times 6.75 is 40.5. We'll put a 0 on it so it's talking pounds and pence. And then we want to buy 4 child tickets as well. The cost of my child tickets was £4.90, and 4 times £4.90 is £19.60. The question says, what's the cost of buying 6 adult and 4 child tickets? So let's just add these two up. £40.50 plus £19.60, giving me an answer of £60.10. The second question, we have a question on percentage profit. As we read the question, let's do things, let's make sense of it. Rob Blake makes 50 litres of green paint by mixing litres of yellow paint and litres of blue paint in the ratio 2:3. Yellow, blue. I always like to draw circles to make sense of this. We've got 2 circles for the yellow because that's the first one mentioned, and 3 circles for the blue. And we know those circles must add up to 50 litres of paint. 50 divided by 5 is 10. Put 10 in all the circles. So we know we must have used 20 litres of yellow paint, and 10, 20, 30 litres of blue paint. We've got some marks on the question already. Yellow paint is sold in 5-litre tins. Well, we need 20 litres. I wonder how many 5-litre tins we'd need to buy. Well, 20 divided by 5 means we've got to buy 4 tins. I'll just separate my work here. And the tins of paint cost £26 each. So 4 times £26. Cost of those, £104. Seems important, I'll underline it. Cost of yellow paint. Blue paint is sold in 10-litre tins. If we look over here, we've worked out we needed 30 litres of that. So 30 litres divided by the fact they're sold in 10 litres means we need to buy 3 tins. And blue paint costs £48 per tin. So if we're buying 3 of them, 3 times 48 means we must have spent £144 on blue paint. I'll underline that, that seems important. Robert sells all the green paint he makes in 10 litre tins. Well, he's made 50 litres, so he has sold 50 litres worth of paint. It's sold in 10 litre tins, so he must have sold 5 tins. And we also know that he sells each tin of green paint for £66.96. 5 times £66.96. He must have made £334.80. So that's, I suppose, money in. And then we come to the question. Work out his percentage profit. I would deal with the word profit first of all. To get the profit, we need to know money in, or income if you're doing a business exam, and we'll take away our money out. Expenses. The money in, £334.80. The money out, well, that was here. That's the £104. Add the £144. That's how much we had to spend on the paint, which is £248. And money in minus money out for profit, £334.80 minus £248 means I must have made a profit of £86.80. But then we've got this awkward word percentage to deal with. The percentage profit, well, percentage change is the change over the original times 100. The change, the profit, £86.80 divided by the original. Now that's where we could go wrong. The original cost of the paint, this 104 and 144, is this 248. That of course is a fraction. And to change a fraction into a percentage, we just times by 100, pop it in the calculator, and it says that we've made a 35% profit. A third question on percentages, but a different style. During a 10-year period, the number of people living in Sherbury increases by 5%. Whenever I've got this type of question, I always like to imagine a box with the original population in there. They are all 100% of them, and we've increased them by 5%. So in total, I can see I've got 105%. The population of people living in Sherbury increases by 5% to 20,000, so 105% is 20,265 if we read on the second line. Not sure what to do with that yet, let's read on. In the same period, the number of people living in Yaston, there's 2 bits to this question, so I'll split the page in half, increases by 7.5%. Similar technique. 100%. This time we've increased by 7.5%, so we can see we've got 107.5% of the original amount of population, and this time this is represented by 13,502. Compare the increase. Right, we need to find the increases. We know in Sherbury we've written 105% is 20,000. I actually need to find out what 100% is, what the population used to be. I don't know how many times 105 goes into 100, and I've got a calculator. It's always safest to go via 1%. To go from 105 to 1%, we'll divide by 105. So we'll do 20,265 divide 105, and that tells me 193. But I don't want 1%, I want 100%. So I'll times by 100. 19,300. I still can't answer that question just yet. It says, what's the increase? Well, that's what it is now. That's what it used to be. So we'll do a little takeaway sum. 20,265 minus 19,300. The increase is 965. And the same technique for Yaston. We know 107.5% is 13,502. I need to get to what 100% is. I don't know how many times that goes into that, so I'll go via 1%. I'll divide by 107.5. 13,502 divide by 107.5 gives me an answer of 125.6. And to go from 1% to 100%, we'll times by 100, so it's 12,560. Again, we want the increase, so we'll do 13,502 minus the 12,560. That's an increase of 942. Ideally, that would give me full marks, but I think there was a question to answer. It says to compare them. So we need a comparison word. I would say the population of, and I always like to say which one's got more people living in it now. The population of Sherbury has increased by, well, we're comparing 965 with 942, so I would say the population of Sherbury increased by more people for full marks. Reverse percentage change, done.